Understood, right?
I think you dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, I dropped off, but you understood, right, what we need to do. So first and foremost, we start with the horizon line. Okay. Once we are done with the horizon line, we will put a line for the boat's end, or the boat's extreme end, and then we will draw random lines for making sure that the boats are arranged in that fashion. So if you want to see, like, you can start the drawing. If you want to see, you can see also. So you can start the drawing, and meanwhile you can see what I am doing. So first of all, this is the line, horizon line, and somewhere here all my boats are going to end. Okay. And then randomly I will just try to make in some
We can't see what you're doing.
oh, I think the video, no, video is there. Video is there. Okay. So first of all, I drew the horizon line. Then I have marked this line, which is like how much distance from the horizon line is the extreme end of the boat. Okay. Then I am making some diverging lines, you see, like this. Okay. And then like this. So these lines will give me the placeholder where my boat will reside. Okay. Just inside which my boat is going to come. So then now I will fit the boat inside this. I will make the shapes accordingly. Getting me? So you can start drawing, and if in case like you are not satisfied, again rub it, do it, but you have to do the drawing properly. Okay. Chalo. And don't try to uh, draw too many details inside the boat. One thing which is very important in boats, which I'll tell you, is the guiding is the supporting these supports, the supporting wooden planks inside. So if you are drawing them in angle or any odd angle, then it will not look good. So that is why it has to be done properly. Okay. It has to be properly painted, like the supporting lines must be drawn properly, and it should follow like a linear pattern. If you are drawing in different angle, then it's going to ruin the look and feel of the boat. Am I clear?
Yeah.
So these are the common mistakes which I know people will make. So I'm telling you to do the drawing properly. It is easier uh, easier to say and difficult to do. Easier said than done. So Again, one more thing what we can do is we can either eliminate the boats which are farther than, like these three boats are fine. The boats which are farther can be either eliminated, or if we are putting them, we have to do, we can just put them, but we will do them very lightly, so that it's just like it's just there in the background. But let's not give more importance to the ones which are farther away, otherwise it is going to create distraction.
So can you do spotlight on your sketching?
Actually, everything was done sometimes back. It reconnected.
Yeah, you dropped off that time. Just
Yeah, and then that's it. So my drawing is done. I'll wait for you guys to complete, and then we'll work on the painting part. Acha, one more thing what we can do is like the reflection. So we can draw in the area where the reflection and the shadows of the reflection on the water and the shadow on the ground where it can fall, so that we can mark off. If you are confident you can do in brush, then it's fine, but I'm just showing you that what is a better idea is to just mark off the area where the shadow is going to fall. And I hash it, you know that, right? So I put hash like this, so that I am aware of the area which is going to have the shadow, like that. Anyways, this is going to be darker. And then even on the boards, right, which portion is going to get darker? This portion is going to get darker. This entire thing here, it's going to be darker. Yes or no? And this is fully under shadow, so this is darker. Even this boat, this side is going to be darker. So when we mark these areas, when we are painting, it is just a kind of guide, or you can say it's a placeholder where our brush will go and put in the dark ones. It will not, the dark colors won't be put anywhere other than this. So when we are darkening, we can darken these areas, we can skip the other areas. So for those reason, it is a kind of guide. Even you see this areas also can be marked like this, and wherever there is like light and dark interplay, then those areas can be left as it is. We can do it as such, like on the fly. But if there is something which can be marked, it is better to mark it for your understanding. All the boards have an edge which is always in the highlight, like which is always under the highlight. The edges are always lighter in color. The uh, the the sides of the board, the sides which are perpendicular to the ground or water, those are the ones which will be in shadow, or like mostly in shadow. Okay. Yellow occur. What else? What are the primary colors you see in this picture?
blue.
Dominated by yellow occur, first of all. Yes.
Yeah.
Blue color.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah.
So let me take out yellow occur. Okay, and blue color. What else? Uh, don't we need burnt sienna?
Yes, with also. Yeah.
Hmm. And for mixing the shadows, what color we need?
The blue.
Blue. Though it is 100% in all watercolors. Blue is mandatory. What else? We need crimson. Crimson. Yeah. Don't forget crimson, orange. These colors. Okay. These are very important colors. Like if we are going for watercolors. Mistakenly, I took out gamboge yellow. What has happened to me? Where is crimson? This is crimson. We'll have crimson. So, first, all of you take out colors so that we will be going a little fast. We can, like in the meantime, while I'm talking, take out the colors. Where is yellow ochre, Baba? Oh, this one is yellow ochre. Let's keep yellow ochre here. Okay. So my colors are out, and so we will start with first of all we will start with the sky. Okay, and if you half close your eyes and see the picture, tell me, do you see proper white anywhere? What is the color? What is the color that you are seeing? For the sky, you are seeing a very light grayish color. Okay, light grayish color or light cement color with little very light bluish color, and mostly in these, in the area where the boats are there, it is dominated by yellow ochre color, right? It is dominated by a brownish white or a yellow brown white mixture, like it's a yellow ochre dirt kind of color. Okay, so that color is primarily here. Okay, don't see in terms of object right now, just see color patch. In terms of color patch, this portion, this portion where we have drawn is dominated by a kind of yellow ochre kind of color. Okay, and if you see the water from here, the yellow ochre is fading to blue, light blue, light blue to almost white, like it's like very faded blue color here, and the sky is also very faded blue color.
So we can't see a screen.
Can't see?
Yes, green.
Just a minute. Okay. 1 minute. Now you can. Now can you see? Okay. I need to spotlight. Okay. So let's start with the wash. Wash, as you know, as I always say, is the first color that we apply. So we will take some blue color, very light blue color, just to kill the excessive whiteness of paper. Okay, you see the amount of water I am adding, it's very watery. And I am not coating all the areas, I am just creating patches. See, so it these kind of patches is going to give an effect of clouds. So I'm just dragging my brush like that, and I'll mix little bit of yellow ochre, and at certain sections I will just give yellow ochre also. The sky is more or less done, we will not overdo the sky. Now I'll put some water here, and this portion is a little bluish. Okay, this portion will put blue, and as we come down, what I told you, as we come down, what we will do?
We'll blend it with yellow ochre.
Yeah, we'll mix yellow ochre. So I'm mixing yellow ochre, but yellow ochre is very concentrated here, so I have to add lot of water, otherwise it will become green. Okay, so it should be a watery mixture of yellow ochre. See, Okay, a little blue here because this is the pure water is here. This is the section where our boats are there. So I will add a little orange, like to kill that yellowness. Too much of yellowness is there, so thoda sa orange add करेंगे. And then see, the moment I add orange, it becomes a little brownish, and once it dries, it will become very very light. Okay, don't bother about the blue, the blue color of the boats, because the blue colors are very intense colors. Those are really very intense colors, very dark colors. So that anyways we will achieve. So now first we will put this brownish color, brownish yellow ochre kind of color, because that is the underlying color which is there. That is the color of the soil. Soil के ऊपर में है पानी. Water is on top of the soil, right? So
Yeah.
first we put this thing, and now you see what I'm doing. The paper is still wet. So what I will do, I will impart some ripples here. When the paper is wet only we can do that. How to do that? We'll take some blue and some yellow ochre. So this kind of gray color is going to form. Okay. Now it is very watery. I will remove the content of water using a cloth. I will load it, remove the excessive thing, and then I will just add on some ripples, some uneven lines like this. Okay, and as it is going further away, the ripples are going to go thinner, and if it is nearer, it will be thicker. Like the brush will be pressed and then dragged, and once it is farther away from us, then it will be thinner lines and closer lines. It will be closer lines. Okay, so it will give a feeling of depth. One is thicker lines here and more distance, thinner lines here and less distance. Understood?
Yes.
See here, slowly we will go farther. And as we come closer, we can increase the darkness. We can add some soil color also, because this portion is mostly a bit soiled. So this is my wash done. In during the wash only we will put these ripples, because these ripples will be created only when the water is wet. Okay, this is the first stage, and we will stop here. We'll allow this thing to dry. अभी क्या करेंगे? Already we have done the sky, the sea and the ripples, those things. Now we will start with the midtones. Okay, so in the midtones we have a distant.
Can't use clean.
Sorry,
You can't use clean.
again. Now, fine, right? Fine, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in distance we have the tree line, so that we can make. So I will use just pure blue color. Okay, reduced blue color. Little bit of yellow ochre can be mixed, but primarily blue. And then we'll just give. So we'll just make a straight line. This line has to be straight. Okay. And try to make sure the bottom portion of this line is thoroughly straight. Okay, ठीक है? There is a bamboo crossing here. If you want, you can just plainly do it, and later on using some little concentrated color we can paint it. That is also fine. I am leaving a little bit of space. That is my technique. If you want, you can paint it and just do any which ways this is a darker color, so but the color should be very very light. Okay, don't use darker colors because this is very far from us. We don't need concentrated colors. We need very thin transparent colors for the back. First of all, this is supposed to be done. Our distant horizon line is done. So this is like we have created the water and we have created the demarcation between water and sky. Okay, now we will take the midtones. Okay, we will work on the midtones. So if you see the sunlight is hitting on this area, so the color that is given here right now is the lightest color. We will darken which all areas? This portion, this portion, this side, this side, this side of the boat. Like the side which is on the left side of the boat, those areas we will be darkening. So for darkening we will use blue, crimson, blue and crimson color. Okay, blue and crimson, our I mean patent color for the shadows. And what else I will use is little bit of orange color. Understood? Blue, crimson and orange color. And then what I will do is I'll use this color over here on the sides. On the sides, and then once it comes closer to this place, I see that this place is dominated by blue, so I'll take some blue, put blue color here. Don't worry about the shade of blue because in this picture the blue is a kind of cerulean blue. If you have cerulean blue, use it. If you don't have cerulean blue, use whatever blue you have. Okay, don't worry about that. We will drop little drops of yellow ochre here and there, here, just to create some texture. And then we'll use the same color to complete this. Okay, so what we did, we took some blue, crimson and orange color to form a kind of a brown color, grayish brown color, and then we applied that color on one side, which is the left side of the boat. Same thing we are going to do here. Same thing we are going to do here. This side. One. Okay, we are going to do the same thing here. And again we'll be using some blue. If you have cerulean blue, you should use cerulean blue here. Actually, I did not ask to buy cerulean blue, so if you might have, you might not have. If you have only ultramarine, then go with ultramarine. That's not a problem. We are not here to distinguish between which shade, this shade or that shade. If we do the things right, it is going to look right. Okay, so what we are doing now, we are just working on the left face of the boat, which is the shadow portion, like which is gathering the shadow, which is not which is against the sunlight, you can say. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm putting some blue here. Okay, and if you want to add some textures, then take some yellow ochre fresh from the tube, little gadha, like little dense, and then put it here and there. One more thing you can try, because this portion is already wet and you have crimson color, right? So what you do is use crimson straight from the tube and just put this color on this wet surface. The bottom portion is red, right? So just try to use concentrated red on this wet surface. So what happens when you are putting on the wet surface, it is going to scatter and it is going to create a nice beautiful effect. Try this. This is something new. You will try and see, you will like it. Okay, and now for this boat, the same three colors. same 3 colors. Now for this boat, what we should do is, for this boat, the boat which is now like uh, farther from us, what we can do, we can take a little lighter shade of color. In the picture it is darker shade, okay, but we, just to create the depth, we should be taking a little lighter shade of colors. So this boat, if you see, has a tinge of greenish element. Can you see that? Tinge of green is there in the boat's body. Yes or no? Check.
Yes.
Can you check? Yes. So I am just adding a little viridian green, or I can add little yellow ochre also. It will mix and create a yellowish, dark yellowish kind of color. So this what we are doing is, we are creating the midtones now. Then there are midtones inside also, but I am first of all I am creating the midtones on only one side of the boat. So once I do that, you will see that our eye is able to see it as a depth. Okay, these two boats we will use a kind of yellow ochre will be mixed with the gray that we created. Blue crimson wala jo gray hai, along with that we will use a little bit of yellow ochre, and then we'll just very lightly, we will not give any detail or anything to these two boats, because these two boats are supposed to be not in focus, or we can say these are supposed to be just in the background. Okay, so little redness, but they should be, I mean, we are good with this much information for them. We don't need any more information. थोड़ा थोड़ा बस करके छोड़ देना इसको. Can you do this much? Let's do this much. We have done now the midtones, like the left side of the boat, and now we will do the inner portion of the boat. Okay, so for inner portion, see that the edges of the boat, like the extreme far end of the boat, inside portion is dark. As we are coming this side, the inside portion is not dark. Only we are able to see only the the areas, like little areas where the shadows is falling. But once we are at the extreme end, the inside portion is really dark. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So blue and crimson we will take, little bit of yellow ochre we'll take. We'll mix 3 colors together: blue, crimson and yellow ochre. So it becomes a very like mud kind of color. Okay, and we will use this color, थोड़ा सा और blue add होगा, and we will use this color for the inner portion of the boat. Okay, so I am using
So you used blue, red, and which color?
blue, crimson and yellow ochre. Okay, and now I am just marking one end of the wooden planks. So there are wooden planks here, and I am just marking one side, the edge which is facing us, that side. Okay, and also I am making the shadows wherever there are shadows, right? See, shadows like that. So slowly you will see this boat is going to look 3D. Okay, same thing I'm going to follow on this side, on this boat.
How do the colors have to be concentrated?
Now the colors are not very, oh god, even I had this, I have the same problem now. See, water डाला, देखो देखो water डाला. ओके, वाटर डाल के टिश्यू पेपर लेके इसको डैप करना है. टिश्यू पेपर मेरा रेडी नहीं है. टिश्यू पेपर लेके डैप करके निकाल देना. पूरा क्लीन हो गया।
मेरा तो नहीं गया screen।
नहीं, आपको सूख गया है ना, तो उसको थोड़ा सा आपको ब्रश लेके उसको एजिटेट करना पड़ेगा। सो नाउ आई एम यूजिंग द सेम कलर विथ लिटिल मोर ब्लू for this one. Okay, and what I am going to do is leave a little space here, this side. थोड़ा स्पेस छोड़ना था, यहाँ पे छूटा नहीं, छोड़ना था। यहाँ पर भी एक गिरा एक ड्रॉप, देखो ये वाला, यहाँ पे एक डंडा आ जाएगा, कोई टेंशन नहीं, कुछ एक कर देंगे उसमें। नाउ so we are just making some parallel lines here. Okay, parallel lines, and then at one end of the parallel line I'm just dragging a little, just to give it a feeling that some shadow is falling inside. You see the pattern of how the boat structure is, you will realize this is a little time consuming thing. So we will stop here because it is going to take more time for you to do this much, this particular thing. And then the same thing we will do here. Try to leave an edge here. Don't put the dark color near to another dark color. Leave a little edge. Slowly you will see the structure representing a boat. Okay, can you guys do this much? We don't want too much darkness on this portion, so I am just dabbing the tissue paper and taking out excessive color. I don't want this portion to be very dark. थोड़ा डार्क हो गया तो उसको निकाल रहा हूँ. Inside there are some plastic bottles and plastic canisters inside. So for that, yellow and a little bluish dabs of color will help, like to suggest that there are some elements inside the boat. Very light colors are needed. We don't need to be exactly पक्का पक्का कि क्या है, just a suggestion. See, like that. Use multiple colors. See, right now we have not given the shadows, so whatever we are doing, it might appear कि it's not working, but it's all matter of the dark shadow. The moment we start putting the darkness, it's going to come alive. अभी तक darkness आया नहीं है. Getting me?
Yeah, the content.
adding a little more green on this side. Actually, this side needs to be a little dark, so that I wanted to keep it light. But if we make it dark, if we don't make it darker, this portion is not going to be vibrant. So yeah, okay. Let me start the recording.
Recording in progress.
And let me explain what we have done so far. So we have done the sky, and then we have done the water, like from the horizon line till the foreground. And this we have used blue and yellow ochre combination, and we have increased the content of yellow ochre, and little bit of orange we have taken on this portion, so that became our first wash. So that color is primarily everywhere. And then what we did is we worked on the midtones, which is on the left hand side of the boat, the darker ones, this portion. Once that portion is done, then we have worked on the internal side of the boats. We have tried to capture try to capture the shadows inside the wooden planks here, and that we have done. And today we will be doing the reflection and the shadow of these boats on the ground, and the reflection of this on the water, both the things. And then we will be working on the sticks and everything. Primarily we will be creating some textures here, some marks and writings here. So, and we will be redefining a few things here and there. Okay, so we are left with around an hour of work, including my explanation and your work. So let's get started. So I hope you can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now what I will do is, where is the other brush? Anyways, we will work in this one. So what we will do is, first we will coat this portion in the color of a greenish yellow kind of color. So we will take yellow ochre and blue color, ultramarine blue and yellow ochre. These two colors makes a good greenish yellow kind of color. You can also use raw umber if you have it. Otherwise, this color is more than enough. Okay. Then what I am doing is, if this color is not very watery and this is not very dark also, so I am applying this color in this portion fully. There is some waviness here, so I am using that, and I am applying this color. And I'm just covering this complete portion in this color. Okay.
This is yellow ochre and blue.
Yellow ochre and blue color. Okay. Now I'm taking for the shadow here, I like this color, yellow ochre and blue. Let's let's take this color here also. We will again fill this portion with some other color, like a mixture of a little bit of crimson needs to be added to this mixture, blue and yellow ochre with little bit of crimson, and that color we will mix here itself, and we will drag it. So like that, little bit of more blue and crimson. So this portion will be little pinkish, this portion will be little greenish. That's it. Okay. And okay, this much. Then once this is dry, we will again put one more layer of shadow here. So right now we have done the reflection. Then we will put the shadow. Understood? So here also there is some reflection here, and then the same thing here, the same color for this boat also. So what I am doing is just making a shadow and leaving some gap here. This portion will be dark, just like that. So let's do this much, and let's dry this, then we will do the other section of the shadow. Okay, let's do this much.
That's nice, sir.
Okay, so if you see the picture, right, now you can tell clearly that from which side the light is coming. The light is coming from this direction, right? The light is coming from this direction, like that. Am I correct? This direction. So because the light is coming from that direction, the shadow and the reflection, everything is falling in this direction. Okay, correct? And it is little on the top, like it's not so slanting, it is little, like little coming from the top, but a little angular, so the sun is coming from that side. So what happens is, that is the reason this side is darker, this side is darker. Okay, this side. And also what happens is, once the sunlight is hitting this portion, the portion like the inside, let me clear everything. The point is, the inner portion, this portion, the inner portion, the portion this wall, let me stop the share now. This wall, the inside wall, this portion,
Yeah.
and this portion, this side, like the wall which is on the right hand side of the boat, this one, this portion, that is also going to get a little darker, because the sunlight is actually hitting the top, and it is hitting this side, not this side. So a little, like comparatively, this side is going to be a little darker. Okay, understood?
Yeah.
So what we will do is, we will mix a very light brown color. So you can take either you can take light orange color, or you can take burnt sienna. In my opinion, we should take very light burnt sienna. So this is burnt sienna color, and we will apply this on one side, like this. Okay, not on the edge, because the edge is getting illuminated, only on one side, one corner, like this. See, try to follow this, you will understand, like that. Okay, same thing we will do here, but it should be done, it should not be done on the wooden planks. Okay, it should be done inside the wooden planks. Understood? So the wooden planks that you have created, these wooden planks, they should not be covered like that. Like, the wooden plank should be left as it is, and then only the inside portion has to be little darkened. This portion anyways is a little darker. Okay, that's it. So we just gave some profile, or I can say some depth to this portion. So once I added a little darkness, it is appearing like it is standing like that. Otherwise it was flat. Now it appears like it is standing. This one, the shadow is falling straight, and this portion appears like a wall of the boat once I do this. So for that only, and inside at certain, just see the image and try to create some shadows which we have forgotten. Like, if you see the image, you will clearly see that there are certain areas where it should get darker. Just try and add those lines, like just add a little blue and burnt sienna together, so it becomes a darker color, and just put these lines where you want the shadow to fall. Okay, so that is going to add dimension, or I can say it is going to create a kind of wall for the boat. Okay, let's do that. So I am just checking the images, and wherever I have missed on the shadow, I am just putting them once again. And on the edge of these board, like this wooden plank, the edge is really dark, so I'm trying to put one more line on the edge, one more line on the edge towards this side, towards this side of the wooden plank. Okay, am I clear? It's a little tricky, like small little elements are there, and using them only, using these small things only, the picture is going to look real. See, on one side I'm trying to darken, only on one side. The same thing on this board, one wall is going to be dark. This one anyways is far, so we need not pay too much attention there. Let me dry this. Let me start the recording.
Recording in progress.
So now, if you see the image, we have done mostly all of the things except for one thing, which is the shadow of this boat. Now, if you see this boat, there is a hole in the boat, because of which the shadow also has a halo here, so which we don't want to do. It is little unnatural. Okay, so that's why we don't want to have a hole wala boat here. We will make it we will make it solid. Okay, so same thing, if you have violet, then take violet and mix little yellow ochre, or else take blue color, crimson color, and mix yellow ochre. Okay, understood? Blue color, ultramarine blue, crimson color, and yellow ochre. Okay, these three colors. Now we will go around the board. See, like that. I have to put in little blue color here, little bluish it is supposed to be. Okay, and then I'm going to have a nice shadow here. Okay, here.
But it won't be diluted.
It is not too much diluted. Like it's not very dark. Okay, it is medium dark. So the transparency is still there. Okay, the transparency is still there. And make sure that the edge of this shadow is little lighter than the internal side. Okay, so for that, what you do, take a little damp brush and just run the brush on the edge. So क्या होगा, the edge of the shadow will have a little illumination. Okay, now we will use the same color again, once again. Let me mix my colors. I will not use violet. Blue color, yellow ochre color, and little crimson. Three colors. But blue will be on the higher side because we want it to be dark. So let's take good quantity of blue. The same color again, one more, we will put the same shadow here, but now we will overlap the shadow here, because this portion, this between these two boards also there is shadow here. Okay, so the shadow will come like that, little dark. Okay, and then we will take some water and then dilute this, because on the sand finally this is the proper color. So we'll just dilute and just blend it here. So it starts very dark, It starts very dark and then it just gets diluted and blended. Dilute करके blend कर देना है. Okay, now you see it is looking original, like it's looking 3D. Fine. And what more we have to do is we have to darken this portion. So we'll take more blue and crimson color, and now we have to darken this portion of the boat, this face, this much. Okay, and then what we'll do, we'll blend it, and this portion is going to be darker, this portion, this is going to be darker, like that. And just what we will do, we'll put some water and take any opaque color, like you can use white also, or you can use little drops of some opaque color mixed with blue color. You have to drop, so that it creates a weathering effect, like it should look as if this portion is weathered. So this is like, just use white color and little bit of blue color, mix them together and just leave some drops. Actually right now it looks very muddy and milky, but once it dries, it is not going to have this much muddy effect. Okay, this is going to reduce. Okay, same thing I'm going to do on this portion also, because I can see that there is some some patchiness on this portion. Okay, on this portion, so I'm just adding some patches of some opaque color. Opaque color means where you have to mix white. Okay, so you mix white and navy blue, white and ultramarine blue, or you add white and some green color, viridian green, any of the two colors, and try to put some patches here. Okay, once we do this, we will dry it. You will see why I am adding that patch. Can we do this much? So now we have done the shadow also, and at certain areas just the bottom we need to darken. So basically we have to check the tonal values, and then if something needs to be darkened, we just need to darken it. Okay, and one more thing, there is one element here which is I think the steering. So this is something which is there. This is the boat's what it is called, I don't know, but this is there to move the boat here in right or left direction. So that is over there, and then there is a shadow here, so that needs to be put. Now I will use blue color and crimson color, these two colors, and little on the dark, little on the thicker side, and I will put this color here, and I will take it a little further. Okay, and I will use some dry brushing here. Same two colors we will again use here, like that. See, little dry brushing is needed, like that. Okay, and now what we will do, we will put some, if you see clearly, there is some texture, or I can say some marks on the sand here. Right now it looks like flat, but we need to create some foot marks and undulations here. The same thing we will have to create here, which is under the under the water. Like under the water also there is soil which has some texture. Only those two things are left. Little bit of drying, and now I'll use some spray. Okay, so let me use the spray bottle, and I will put some water only on the bottom portion here. Okay, I have just wet the surface. So became little more wet. So
Recording in progress.
what I am doing is I am now on the wet paper, paper I will be using a combination of yellow ochre, blue, yellow ochre and blue, these two colors. Okay, and I will be just putting random marks like this. Okay, see, and as it goes little further, I am going to reduce the thickness of the paint by adding little water. This portion is also wet, so I will be using the same color here. Some splatters, I can use some burnt sienna also, some splatters here and there, some splatters here. Put a hand here so that it doesn't go too much towards that side. Disaster can happen anytime, that's why. So we need to just create some textural elements under the water and in the sand. So it is like the same sand on which water is there, and we'll take little blue color, very light. Okay, lot of water, and then just build this, like add some ripples here, that's it. I think this is more than enough. I'm just adding some dark spots, but because there is water, so it is not becoming dark, it is getting diluted. Okay, see, and wherever there is lack of water, it's a little crisp. Can you try this? So now we will be just doing the sticks, or the bamboo sticks which are there. So we'll take yellow ochre, a little concentrated, because we don't want too much water here. We want, first of all, the point has to be proper, so set the point, and then with one stroke you have to pull it like that. Okay, and then because the sunlight is coming from from a particular direction, so we have to establish the shadow. So the shadow is somewhere here. Try to reduce the quantity of water. For me also, the quantity of water has literally, it's little more. And try to break, like if possible, give some breakage. Like don't just, like here I forgot to give some break. Just try to maintain some give some jerk and try to make it a little uneven. Okay, got it?
The shadow on the right side.
The shadow is on the right side. Yes, the shadow is on the right side. So what else we need to do is just make the um, if we want, we can put some white color and yellow ochre mixture. I don't have white here, so I'm searching for it, but it's somewhere. So later on I'll put some white here, okay, on the edges, so that it looks even better, it looks even nice. And then we will work on the uh, flag. So here there is American flag. No need to do American or Indian flag. Just put a red flag or take one monochrome, one color. Okay, just like that, and just give a little twist like that. Okay, just like that. Okay, understood? Similarly, use orange color and just put one more like that. It should be a little jerk is needed. Done. And now take some blue and crimson, which is dark color, reduce the quantity and make this rope. And we have to make more ropes here. I think I have to get some white color. And then some jittery line here, which is the reflection of the rope. Okay, same thing here, and some jittery line here. Okay, Acha, one more thing is this boat, which is at a distance, also has a reflection here, reflective shadow, so that we need to create. Don't forget that, because that is needed. Keep a gap here and just make that. And this is going to cast a shadow till here. Even this one, even this one. Let it be light color, but still it should have the tonal values, like the reflection and everything will be there. I'll get some white color. I'm taking full concentrated white color, and then using a thin brush to make these ropes here, like that. And also mixing it with yellow ochre, I can use it for the stick to just suggest a strong light coming from one direction. Okay, just put this white color and yellow ochre mixture here and there, if at all you want to establish some highlights. Okay, just like that. a little opaque color. Yeah, and done. The painting is complete. Usage of white is just for the highlights, okay? We otherwise don't use white, only for putting the highlights at the end, just to suggest some unevenness. Complete. So step by step, starting from doing the wash to doing the midtones, then the reflection, then the shadows, and then finally darkening the shadows, working on the internal part of the boat, working on the sticks and the flags and everything. So you have to go step by step, keep the colors light and transparent, and at last a little bit of opacity is needed, and it works really well.